Hey everybody, welcome. It's Kathryn, and welcome to the Commanding Cash-A-Thon. This is an event being hosted by the Virtual Commanding Wealth Circle. That's part of the TOC Money Mindset Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook and you haven't tuned into that group yet, please be sure and do so. I want to mention that if you want to leave a comment, be sure and grant StreamYard permission to see your name on Facebook. I'm streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you will be sure and grant that, I want to be sure and see the comments, okay? So I do want to mention too that we have, oh my goodness, excuse me, that I do have in the comments section the handouts for today's call. And basically, it's a slide so that you can make some notes because today is going to really be more experiential. You know, I love to teach and share, but today we're going to do my best to pull that back. And my intention is to create an experience for you so that you can expand your ordinary thinking, your consciousness, so that you can attract, create, manifest on your command cash money. Now, there's a lot of things that go into when we talk about teaching about cash. We talk about energy and how it's a tool and all the ways we use it. But one of the reasons that we like talking about cash in the I say we, like the royal we, but that I like to talk about it. And my teacher, Sarah Lovejoy, that we talked about it was that this is a common experience that so many people have. Our conditioning shows up, and our biggest pains show up around money and our sense of worthiness, right? Our sense of time, our place in the world. There's so much that is attached to this. And as you start addressing and healing your limiting money beliefs, you are going to start discovering the truth of who you are, which is you are a master creator, that you are not broken, and that you have the power to create the life you desire. Now, is life still going to happen? Are there going to be challenges? Yes. If you're meeting that challenge, it's not because there's something wrong or that you've sinned or anything else. There are things happening that we don't know why they're happening or why it's necessary, but whatever it is that you're going through, that you're able to go through with dignity and grace in the highest level of resources possible. Does that sound good to everybody? Let's see. Hey, do me a favor. Say hello. Hello, Deborah. Hey, Deborah, I saw your great post about your husband and that he came through surgery. I'm so glad that everything's okay. And hello, beautiful PJ Spur. Happy to see you. And I believe we've got some folks on YouTube also, and I'm hoping to be able to see your messages. But we're going to go ahead and let's get into this. What are we doing today? Today we are commanding for straight up cash money. Honey, what are we doing? It's money. And there is a little discomfort around this idea of manifesting for money. Now, I'm having a little trouble toggling between my screens, so if there's a little lag, forgive me, because my mouse is not wanting to cooperate today. I guess it needs a new battery. Let me see. Hello, Becky. Hello, Denise. And Denise had a great question. Will this be shared in a group later? Yes, it's going to be shared in the one on YouTube. And then two, it's going to be in the TOC Money Mindset Mastery group. And you'll see it on whatever page, wherever you registered for this, I will be showing the replay. I did not make people register for this event so I can email it out. But if you, I will go through and see if you want me to send you something through Messenger, do me a favor. I can send you a link directly through Messenger. Do me a favor right now, post in the comments, DM me, and I will make sure you get it directly. I don't want you to miss out on this at all. Whew. Now, y'all have to excuse me. I had to turn the air conditioning off in my room because it's right here behind me. So if I look a little bit clamped, it's 80 degrees today. All right. All right. Yes, Denise, I see your message to DM me. Okay, so here's the main premise. Manifestation is the intersection of intention, belief, and action. I mean, you can go, hey, this, my intention, what is your intention? As a soul, this is how I want to live my life. And everything you're doing is in alignment with that, right? Um, no matter what I do for money, here's an example. No matter what I do for money, no matter where I am, whether I'm in my business or not in my business, or I'm sitting at a bus stop or in a restaurant, and if someone were to sit across from me and they wanted to start talking to me, I would not be delving into, hey, what are your hopes and fears and what are the problems and what's stopping you from doing it? But somehow, I know a powerful conversation would wind up happening, and it'd be a conversation that was needed to happen for that person. And I have had so many beautiful interactions. At times I just thought I was going to go do something and wind up really having a life-changing conversation, sometimes for me on my side, sometimes for them. And that's because of my greater intention of living a life of impact, right? That I want to live my life connected to soul, and I want to help people remember who they truly are. And that was a desire that I had as a little kid. I thought about that stuff, but I wasn't always acting in alignment because I had limiting beliefs about, well, once I work, I get my job, and then I do all the good stuff. And if I'm good enough and kind enough, then I'll get to earn it back. But really, I'm not worthy. Who am I to think that I could have that? And then if I had the intention and the belief of like, yeah, I could do this, but if I didn't take action, what's going to happen? Nothing. So all of it has to happen perfectly. I'm going to say hello. Hello, Pete. Hello, Joanna. So happy to see you guys. All right. So this is the space that we're holding. And we are going to be going through some particular steps today. Some are familiar, but it's going to be a little different. And I'm going to be taking you through a process, and you're going to be having your own experience. If you guys didn't hear, I did include handouts. They're in the comments that you can print. It's just a Google Doc. You can download it, or you can save a copy of it for yourself. Okay. Hello, Linda. Aw. So happy to see everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to be just walking through this process of setting an intention. Our intention today that we're setting is creating a cash-rich experience, or we really want to have a specific amount of money that we're doing this. Why? We need to create measurable results. Sometimes I want more money. Sometimes it shows up as there's your dollar, lucky penny, or you find the penny on the ground, the universe said thank you. But a lot of times when we're commanding for $60,000 and a $60 refund check comes, we go, man, I was hoping this is a long way from that 60,000, right? We go, you know what? Thank you, universe. Thank you for the sign that the money's on its way. Thank you. It's more is coming. Thank you. Thank you. So many people block their own good from arriving because they're afraid of it arriving. They're afraid of it not arriving and losing out and having to face some harsh things about themselves. We aren't doing any of that today, right? What if we could just accept that all the power, all the worthiness, all the ability, all the strategies, all the gifts, all the karma, all the yada, 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 everything we tell ourselves about why it can't be yet or not now, we're just going to assume that everything's perfectly aligned with us, within us, and that we're going to be commanding for this certain amount of money. And when we command for it, we can fully expect for it to come back. But we have to have a measurable amount because our subconscious mind is literal, right? It's like a very intelligent 3-year-old. And so how will you know if what's happening with your own manifestation if you aren't specific? You have a magic number. You know the number that the amount of money that it takes for you to feel secure, right? And to feel like you have the freedom to make choices. Some people that's in the millions, and some people it's in thousands, and some people it's an extra 500. Do not judge whatever that number is for you. Okay, but please be specific with that number. Now, if you're looking at that number and you're going, hey, I realize realistically here my belief is at this number, and I'll give you an example. I'm actually was recently was looking at the amount of money that I want to create this year. On paper, it looks like I'm behind, but I'm actually right on track to make it. And when I was first doing it, it's like, you know what? If I just make this amount, that'll be more than last year. And then I realized if I make that amount of money, that's actually going to set up some other situations. It's not going to be enough. So, oh, I'll double it. And then I thought, I'm bargaining with myself. I'm trying to negotiate an acceptable amount. How much do I actually want? So there's a number. I don't know, needed to hear that. You have been negotiating with yourself down on what you actually want, right? You've been negotiating that number down, trying to make some kind of deal with the universe. If I get to get at least this, could we just go ahead and blast that out of the water? And right now, whatever permission you need, I'm going to give it to you. I fully and freely give you full permission to create, attract, manifest, and receive the amount of money that you want, need, or desire in order to feel happy, safe, and free. So be it. There you go. If you were waiting for that word, there you go. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to set an intention. We're going to step into their power. And we're actually already starting to step into that you have the power to do that. Then we're going to set an energetic space. And I don't talk about this a lot, but this is a big piece of what I do. Like when I do client work, I set the energetic space in within mine so that my energy is not kind of sprayed all over, but also that I have a sense of protection. And the way I do it is I just, and literally this is it, I just set in the corner 4 poles of light. No one ever told me to do that. Every time I've ever done it, it just was instinctual. So it's just become part of what I do. So right now where I am, I'm setting 4 poles of light. And I'm setting the intention that within this space, I'm going to raise the vibration so that I can connect with spirit, connect my own greater intelligence, but also make it conducive to receiving. So we're going to be consciously doing that today. Okay, I'm just talking about these. Then you're going to declare what you truly want and need, because right now you have an idea, but when it gets down to what you actually want, you're going to be amazed at what comes out of you. So we're going to create that space for your own greater self to say it out loud of what you truly desire. The best way I can relate that as an example is before my daughter Lauren was born. If anyone's had a baby, you know how this goes, where you're writing every possible name and you're seeing how they fit and you're throwing out the names of everybody you don't like, right? And you're going through all these names. And I had sheets of names, and it was the time of the Thornbirds, and Megan was on the list, right? And I had, all these different names. And then when she was born, I looked at her and they said, "What is her name?" And I said, "Her name's Lauren." And that was never on the list, but that was her name. It was like when I met her, something in me met her, and then the knowing happened. And I can imagine her being anything or anyone but a Lauren, like beautiful and strong. If she wanted to be Lori, she could, and she could, manipulate that name. If she wanted to be an actress or a judge or, just whatever she wanted to be, it's a perfect name. But it was in this space that was created. And this is what we're doing. There's this true desire when you're meeting it with that your greater self, right? When you're meeting, actually, I'm going to say, when you're meeting with the universe, I always say the master in me greets the master in you. And in that moment, there's this greater knowledge. That's what happened in that moment when I named my daughter. And it's going to be like that when you state your true desire. Okay? We're going to do the 6 steps of the one command, which many of you are familiar with. I'm not going to do a long teaching on that. I'm going to be taking people back through that very soon to kind of give a refresher. But I'm just want to let you have the experience of the one command if you've never experienced it before. And then I'm going to teach you how to create vignettes. And Neville Goddard talks about this, is seeing the wish fulfilled. It's very important to create 3, he calls them imaginal scenes. I call them vignettes because they just look like little movies. So we're going to create a space for that. Oh, Layden says, hi, Maureen. And then you're going to, in this space, you're going to make sure that you have time to go, hey, what is the next thing to do? Okay, so who is ready to roll? I'm going to take a little sip of water. Do y'all have your favorite cup? This is my favorite cup. My granddaughter Carolyn's in the Girl Scouts this year, and I've got to be a big supporter of hers. So let's get moved over here. All right. And if you're just getting on the call, I wanted to remind people, hi, Joan. Joan, oh my gosh. Hello. If you did not see, the handouts are in this, so it makes it a little easier to follow along, okay, or make notes. All right, so we're going to set intention. And as I mentioned, we have the handouts. These are something that I give the people in the circle to kind of help you with using the one command, making it part of a daily practice. But also, what's also included is how to format a one command statement. So this may help you get some clarity. So just think about, what is the outcome you desire? We're setting our intention. Okay, we're setting our intention and receiving that money. And remember, we want to have a specific dollar amount. I will never forget, one morning I woke up and I just had this idea of, I want to manifest $1,000 just for my state of being. I don't want to do anything. And so I said, I want to do it. I want to create it from an atmosphere of appreciation. And so that was my intention, and that was my specific dollar amount. So we have our intention, and then we have the specific dollar amount. Write yours down. And then I was like, what did I want? I wanted an atmosphere of appreciation. And then I created that feeling in my body, right? Well, why do I want that outcome? Why did I want that? 1,000 would be been handy, but I really wanted to test it. I wanted to see, is this really possible, right? And then where was I now? Well, I was like someone who was thinking about making $1,000. What does success look like? Me getting $1,000 check. And then what's the block or limitation? It was like, I couldn't think of anything, but the biggest challenge, I'll tell you what it was as I was trying to visualize receiving the money, the biggest challenge was not my beautiful, busy brain going, why don't we do a quick call? Why don't you send out a text to your clients and let them know that you're doing a little special? Why don't you invent a little process? I'd done all that before. And then do a command around it. So if you want to manifest, we want to get clear, right? What is it you want to create? Why? And then your command would very simply be, I don't know how, I now have, and whatever that dollar amount is, I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. Okay? I don't know how. All right, is this making sense? That's what we're doing. And these are just extra steps that are available if you want to make this part of your daily practice. I wanted to just share this with you. It is in your handout. But you know what wound up happening? This was like at 6:30 in the morning. And I hadn't got out of bed yet, and I got a text from somebody I was talking to that I had dated him like 30 years ago. And he called and he started asking me these questions like, how's your business? How are things going? And then he said, things are really great for me. If you ever wanted some money, you need to borrow money, you can let me know. I said, no, I don't need to borrow money. Thank you. I would never borrow money from him. And then, we got to laughing because I said, when we dated, you never even bought me a cup of coffee. You never took me out. And he went, oh my God, I didn't realize that. I said, no, you just kind of came to my house and we were so happy to be together. We didn't care. We never went anywhere. I was young and dumb, but I'm very much in love with this guy. And then he just kept asking again and saying over and over, it's like, if you needed $1,000. I said, Bobby, do you want to give me $1,000? He said, I do. And I said, I don't know when I could pay that back. He said, really, I don't even want to loan it to you. I just want to give you $1,000. I was like, you don't even know what you've just done. And I told him about waking up with that vision. And he laughed and he said, I'm so glad I got to be the one to do that for you. That's how fast it can work. And I was very happy to get that. So has everybody got their intention? If so, say, got it. Joanna, I'm so happy to see you too. Okay, so still having a little toggling issues here. Okay, what's our next thing? We're going to stand in our power. Who do you think you are to ask for this money, to think it could come to you? Well, who do you think you are? I want you to dig deep. I just did a beautiful process with one of my clients where I took her through a deeper process of hey, there's this experience and you're having this, and based on this old identity, then there was the new identity. And I said, what's interesting is who's been running your business is this weaker self. The fearful, anxious part of you has been running the show because you want to be good. You don't want to be a problem. Maybe you've got some, with one of my clients recently, it's like, realize there was some anxious attachment. There could be some fearful attachment. There could be fear of abandonment. It could be, hey, if I stand up for this, I could lose everything, right? But there was this other part of her that was very strong and powerful. And it was telling her what was possible and how things not only should be, but how they could be. And it was rising up as a desire within her. And I said, the truth is that greater part of you is what's creating the discomfort. It's that greater part of you that wants to arrive and help you get this resolved. So right now, y'all, I got to point this one out. Joanna, I'm just going to say it. I am a priestess of prosperity. Could we'll get an amen. We'll say, yeah, absolutely. Who stands with Joanna on that? I do, 100%. So, Joan, I want to mention it's already yours. It's waiting for me to allow it. Actually, this is where we're going to be in that power part because you're assuming that there's some part of you that won't let you, that has a good reason for not allowing it. Right now, we're just going to say thank you. All we're going to say, hey, thank you to whatever part of you is resisting or says, not yet, not now, not you, or it can't be because the economy, whatever part of you is telling you that. We just want to say thank you very much. And now we'd like to hear from someone else. We're not going to fight that. We're not going to fight it. So now we're not going to wait anymore. It's already mine, and I allow it. When you stand in your authority, it is already mine, and it is in my hand now because I have proclaimed it to be so. Do you feel the difference in that energy? It is mine. It's rightfully mine because I say so. We're going to do some energy clearing when we start commanding this, okay? It's already mine. It's already mine. And it's in my hand now. So there's a master in me, and I greet that master in you. There's a powerful part of me that's more powerful than I know, and I greet that part of you. And in the space between us, let there only be love. And in this space, we're going to fill it up with some cash money. All right? There we go. Do you feel the power of when we're speaking that? And like here, I'm in this space with Joan, and everybody witnessed it. And did you feel the energy is already starting to raise up? Do you feel the goosebumps coming? Oh, yes. Now, if we need, I can't stand up here because I got the camera set up. But if you want to stand up and be in a Superman pose for a second, so you can get in the physicality of that, well, go ahead. I want you to go ahead and take whatever you need to really own that. For a lot of you, we've got a blocked second chakra, which is your power center, but this is your manifesting center. We're going to make sure we get that clear today. There's not going to be anything that stands between you and that cash money. Okay? All right. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So now we're going to set the space. You know how much money? We're in our power. And if you don't feel it yet, that's okay. You're already there. We're going to do a command and you're going to be fully embodying this, okay? But now we're going to set the space. And I told you before how I set light in the corner, but however it is that you just allow that energy to come into your space. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and hold it with you. And if you like, I will go ahead and include you in this and I'll do it for your space. Just say, you have permission for me to raise the vibration of your space. Thank you. If not, you're going to do it on your own. It's no worries. So right now, in the corner next to the door, pole of light. Next corner, going right, left to right. Next corner, pole of light. Next corner, pole of light. Next corner, pole of light. In the center, I'm going to create a space, a vortex of energy to clear the energy in the room. And right now we're going to open a portal. And it's a one-way portal, and the only thing that can come into that portal is in alignment for your highest and greatest good, for the good of all and the harm of none. This will arrive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you even wanted to make that smaller and bring it into your own arms. So now just imagine here's that vortex of energy. Right in front of you, because we're creating a vessel to receive. And right now, let's go ahead and test it. Right now, I just want you to start sending some blessings into there. Oh, we just want to fill this up with gratitude, appreciation. I love children's laughter and smiles. Laughter seems to be a big one. Like I'm hearing being with friends and family, and we're sitting around just cussing and discussing and having a good time together. I'm just hearing that ease and that laughter coming in. Oh, contracts, agreements, checks. Oh, well, that's already showing up. Well, is it okay if it's here? Yes, we're going to gladly receive ahead of time. All right, the space is set to receive. Who's feeling that? Who's feeling that energy? I want to get your feedback. Woo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Emily's saying, yes, I feel it. I feel it. Yes, Linda's feeling it. Like, yeah, bring it. Ooh, this is good. Now, do you feel? Now, here's an interesting thing. As you're creating the space, I want to invite you to become aware of how much larger you're you are in your body. I mean, like we kind of slunk around and we hide in our body, especially women. We try to minimize ourselves, but can you feel yourself feeling bigger? Yeah. Whew. There we go. Now we're going to declare your desire. So right now, Maureen says, I'm tingling for 300. Good. Man, I'm having fun with y'all. We aren't even done yet. We are just setting the stage. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to declare your desire. And this is the spoken word. So I got to take off my glasses. So with this spoken word, throat chakra, that there's life and death, the power in your words. So what we're going to do is I want you to massage the base of your throat. Notice just which way it feels better. Like as soon as I went the other way, I went, ugh. So for me, on my energy, it feels more open. I think what I call is clockwise. So I'm going to massage my throat chakra because I want to open it and let it be in full power. I think PJ's, who's our Reiki people? Do y'all remember doing this and then bringing the energy down into your hands? Were y'all taught that method? When we were doing our healing work, we would open our throat chakra and then open our hands. Very good. But we need to do another one. The other space we need to open, remember I said that we have got some blocked second chakras, which is your beautiful orange chakra. This is the navel chakra. This is our manifesting money, spirituality, sexuality, all that, you know, swirly stuff. But in our lower back, in the sacrum, right, it's the same chakra. But if we are having money struggles, a lot of times that's blocked in the back, and that's lack of support. But here's the other thing. It's when we have our sacrum and the back and the cranial, when that's open, we're opening this up, it's our authority to create. Usually what's blocked is our authority. When I was years ago working in apartments, super stressed, I had took kind of all the blame. Everything was my fault, but I had very little authority to actually do the things I felt like needed to be done. My back went out all the time. I've had many meetings laying on the floor because my back was out. But that's what also set me on my healing journey. So right now, with your permission, I would like to heal and balance your second chakra. Okay? And just if I have permission, just please say yes. If you want to just focus on your own energy body and open it up, that's fine. But it helps me out if you focus on the area below your belly button and visualize Imagine an orange ball of light. Whew. Thank you. We're not done yet. Yes, there's a concerted effort for people to be blind to their power right now and to think they're powerless. But we know that's not true. And just hold this idea. I remember the truth of my power. I remember the truth of who is the source of my power. And now I'm being directed to the back, and I'm just giving support to your lower back and the sacrum. They said it's done. Thank you. Move around. Notice what you're feeling. We're open, open, open. I'm just grateful that Creator helps me tune into the collective. And yes, there we go. I'm going to zip you up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So now we're open. We're speaking from our authority. You have all the support you need. Now, I want you to out loud, when we're commanding cash money, declare your desire. And you could say, I want X amount of money. I declare, I want this amount of money. How do you want to receive it? Remember, I said I want to create $1,000, and I want to receive it in a field of appreciation, and I don't want to have to work for it. So, what is your desire? I want. How you want to receive it. And you can say it out loud, and you may have to say it a couple of times till it really gets set. Who's got theirs? You got it? It feels scary? Oh, did I say that much? Or that's too little. Hey, maybe first you need to just test yourself, right? $1,000 was a great test for me. There we go. Donna, thank you. I see that you're watching this. We got some folks on YouTube. We got Red Velvet and Donna. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure and do that. So now we're going to form a command around that amount on that desire. Okay? So we're going to do it this way, it does help to write. I used to say, no, don't write, just be in the moment, but really it's going to manifest better and faster for you if you write it down. So we have the format, I don't know how and then create or receive that X amount of money. I only know, I do now, and I am fulfilled. And if you want to expand it, you can, or I don't know how, I easily receive X amount of money in this field of appreciation, gratitude, joy, fun. And I do it without working. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled. How do you like to receive? I love surprise money. I mean, I do like getting paid as agreed, but surprise money is awesome. Just got a big unexpected refund from a doctor that I saw something like 12 years ago. They contacted me. I'm like, I didn't even realize I would be getting any kind of refund. It was a nice check. So I love surprise money. Okay, have you got it? All right. Let's take a little sip of water so we can kind of reset our energy. Hey, has this been helpful so far? Have you, are you learning? Are you getting some ahas? Is there a new possibility arriving? Yes, great. Yes. So now this is the perfect time before we go into this. If there's any questions or anything you need me to clarify, please let me know. I'll be happy to do so now. And I do want to mention this is one of two things I'm going to mention today. One, if you are realizing you've got some things that need to be addressed and you need help, and one, getting clarity on really what's holding you up and how to get your mindset and your energy and your actions all aligned, I can help you with that. And I really love working with business people, but I do work with people from all walks of life. And I do work with men, but I especially love working with women because it is the time of women and I want to give support. I have been so blessed by the women in my life and I just want to give back. So if it makes sense to you, and you'd like to find out more about working with me, let's have a conversation. It's free. You could go to bit.ly at Big Vision Coach, bit.ly/Big Vision Coach, and book a session, and we'll set up a time to talk, and we'll find out what your situation is. Okay. The other thing I wanted to be sure and invite you to is our weekly circle, and I'll put a slide up and a link so that you can join there. Okay, let's go ahead and let me check the comments to see if there's any questions. We're all on board. Yeah, feels good. Lots of yeses. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all just going for it. I love that. So what we're going to do, we've got our command. I'm going to walk you through the 6-step process, and be sure and hang on because at the end, I'm going to make sure that we create our 3 little vignettes. Okay? So let's go for it. First thing we're going to do, I just want to have it, just close your eyes, take a breath, and just picture, visualize, or imagine that you're like a tree. And at the base of your spine is the trunk of the tree, and you have long roots going down, down, down into the earth. And just feel your connection to the earth. And if there's any tension, any stress, any worries, just send them all down, down, down into the earth. And at the bottom of your feet, we want to be able to receive the creative life force energy of that earth, that transformed energy. So imagine that you've got little windows in the bottom of your feet, little vortexes, and they just open up, and now you're starting to absorb and draw up into you that beautiful, creative life force energy. It's coming right up into your ankles, your knees, your hips. It's going right up your spine, into your neck and your shoulders, all the way down to your fingertips. And now I want to invite you to bring your attention to your heart, thinking about your intention of what it is that you want to create. And now I want to invite you to picture, visualize, or imagine that through the top of your head is a pole of light. And this is the spiritual life force energy that's coming right down through the crown chakra. And it's coming down channels on either side of your spine. And it's going all the way down into the earth. And that creative life force energy from the earth and that spiritual life force energy are all starting to mix and mingle and blend and come into alignment with your heart's intention. With your eyes closed, I want to invite you to roll your eyes up and imagine that you're trying to look up through the top of your head, and you're going to send your consciousness up that pole of light. And the higher you go, the faster you go. And you're going out into the outer edges of the universe. And soon you're coming out to the black void of space. I want to just invite you to break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. With your eyes still up, you can say mentally or out loud your one command statement of I don't know how and you're going to state your command, the money amount. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And we're going to let that go. We're going to expand that out. And I'm going to go ahead and add this command for you. I don't know how I easily create thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars into my life through this energy and atmosphere of appreciation, joy, and delight. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled. And let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater. Here's one more. You can relax your eyes. And I don't know how. I am now standing consciously in the truth of my power and authority to create my life, my money, my relationships, my business by my command. I only know I have a prosperous business that I love, and it is creating an incredible value in the world now. And even if your business is as a spiritual teacher, you have the highest business of all. And now just allow all of that to expand out to an idea even greater. It serves even more good in its fulfillment. Your eyes are relaxed. There's nothing to do but just allow it to expand. And now, just allow yourself to come back down in your body and start to receive with gratitude that direct download from universal consciousness, all the skills, thoughts, habits, strategies, everything you need in order to manifest. The greater awareness, allow that to come in and just receive, receive, receive. And as this greater state of being begins to arrive, just let the old ways, the old thoughts, that old story of lack, let it unwind, unwind, unwind. And then just allow these new ideas to start to rewind and integrate. And this is literally happening at the DNA level. And so when we're saying unwind and rewind, we are speaking to your very DNA. And we are healing family systems. And let the right words come in. Oh, the right strategies. Great. So now, let yourself just reground And I want you to think about 3 little scenes or vignettes of what it will look like when your desire is manifested. And they could be very quick. An example would be, hey, you decided to get a new car and you're rolling up in your driveway in your new car. An unexpected contract or check comes in. How about this? A big debt is instantly released. Or what else? There we go. Then I want you to do a little internal check-in. When you think about your command, like before you hoped for money, you were wishing or needing money. When you think about that cash money being manifested in your life and your ability to do it by your command, do a little internal check. What do you know now that maybe you didn't know before? Take a breath, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whew. This is where those sheets that I shared with you can be helpful, where you can keep a journal of your commands. Because a lot of times things will happen and you'll forget that you commanded for it. And that's why the circle was so important when we first started, because people would command and we'd command for something kind of big. And then we'd be sharing the updates and people would be saying, guess what happened? This is kind of cool. This happened, this happened. And then we did this. And everybody would be going, oh my gosh, that's what you commanded for. And people would go, what did I command to win? Last week, you literally said those words. And they would forget that that was a desire that they put out to the group. It felt so complete that they didn't think about it again. They just went to the next step. And this is what we're talking about. Okay. Then we want to take the 7th step, which is inspired action. And you're going to think and act as if your command is done. And your intuition is going to guide you. So an example of that would be, if you get an idea to call somebody, do not delay. If you get the urge to, like, I need to go to this coffee shop, and you go, no, 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 I'm being good. I'm not going to spend money this week. I said I'm not going to the coffee shop, but your intuition said go to the coffee shop. It may just be testing you to see if you will listen, but learn to listen to your inner guidance. And I'm going to ask everybody, how many people would like to learn how to listen to their intuition better and to be able to take those steps and trust themselves in taking those steps? Because I always felt like I was kind of a blurter and things would happen and I would get this idea and I would go do stuff. And I didn't realize how many amazing things were happening with my intuition, or that it was actually intuition. I just thought I was impulsive. Okay. So I'm going to keep track of that because I have an idea for a class, and I'm going to be talking to people because I have an idea of what it would look like, of how to really develop your intuition better so that you can use it. And this is one of the things, believe it or not, more men than women have actually contacted me and gotten amazing results. So, okay, thanks for your feedback on that. All right. Yeah, this is a big thing that holds a lot of people up because they second guess themselves. Okay. All right. I want to invite you, if you are not a part of the circle yet, every Tuesday from now until at least the end of August, I'm planning on hosting the circle at noon Central Time. I have a Facebook group that's at TOC Money Mindset Mastery Group. But you can also join the circle. Let me see if I can do it, but it's a bit.ly link. I forgot to do a paste on there, but it's bit.ly/virtual commanding wealth circle. And that'll get you there. But if you can't get that figured out, I can ask me to DM that link to you, and I will be happy to do that for you. But I want to invite you because this is where we are holding the space for you to manifest whatever it is that you desire. We want to support you in your dreams. We want to celebrate you in your wins, right? We want to help you when you're feeling low, raise that vibration, and help remind you of what's truly possible. Guys, oh my goodness. I have had fun. Thank you so much. Hey, Layden, thank you so much for attending. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and keep to our time unless anybody else has got any other questions or comments. Oh, thank you. I'm going to share a couple of these right quick. Donna brought up very much emotion. I appreciate this command day. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. All right, my love. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. Now witness your mastery. Bye-bye, everybody.